Hello, hello. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good, if you care to know. Anyways, you guys, today is May 3rd. Happy May, right? It's officially fully spring. The warm weather is starting to, show itself. My kids right now are going through their allergies stuff and it's not pleasant. I feel bad. Like sometimes I see my boy, my girl, they're itching their eyes and stuff like that. So I think my husband has a Claritin for allergies. You guys have anything better? Put down in the comments so I can help my loved ones. Anyways, you guys, so in today's video, I will be doing my May TBR, and I have a TBR jar to help me do just that. So before we even get into it, roll the intro. Okay, you guys, my name is Chilanda and this is Library Without Borders. So you may have noticed that I have a couch, okay, because I do have my desk chair, but it's not comfortable. So I decided to have this chair. In the meantime, this is just a temporary couch that is helping with my back and my, arse. So yeah, but it's comfortable. It's comfortable. Okay, you guys, so I will be using the jar prompts, the prompt jar, to help me pick my books. I hopefully want to just pick the books that are on my TBR, but I do reserve the right to also pick books on my shelf as well as behind y'all. Okay, I have a whole stack of books there. So without further ado, let's go. So last time you guys saw me fill out this jar with the green, but after that I wanted to have some colors, right? Isn't it much better? Okay, so I don't even know how this is gonna work. Okay, this is a disaster. Okay, this is absolute disaster, so we're not gonna do this. Okay, hold on. I overfilled it. It doesn't need to be this complicated, my god. Okay, no, I'm gonna pick the orange one for these bags. Okay, and these ones. Okay, so the way it's gonna work, I'm just gonna let's say 7 prompts, because I did not finish my TBR for April and I really want to read the books that I didn't finish in the month of April into May. So let's just do 7 prompts. Okay, so here you have it. Can you see? So it's a book by a Canadian author. Okay, all right, Canadian author. I have to think about that one. So let's do green. A book set in another country. Ooh, I have many of those and I love those. So let's do pink, huh? Let's do pink. This is very macabre. What is it saying? Let's see. A book set in the woods, mountains, or on a ship. I reserve the right to switch one prompt, okay? So I got 3. Let's do one at the bottom. Let me pick one at the bottom. Okay, green one. Okay, you read first. Can you focus? It says, read a book that is part of a series. Oh, okay, I've been wanting to do just that. Yeah. Ooh, I know. Okay, 3 more. Let's do not pink. I want to do orange. Can you focus? There you have it. It did focus a little there. It says here, a book that fits the current season. Ooh, spring. Okay. All right. 2 more. So let's do pink one. Let's see. Let's do this one. Okay. So this one. A book with less than 300 pages. I don't know, that's what it says. A book with less than 300 pages. Okay, let me just do random one. This one already opened up. So, an author you've never read. Okay, these are great prompts. So, I'll be right back while I look for those books. Okay, you guys, so this was actually difficult. Like, I refuse to buy books because I have so much books, and can you believe it? I couldn't find a book that's set in the woods or in the mountains. So anyways, read a book that is part of a series. So for that, I chose this one. Yay, I'm excited. It's been on my TBR, so this month is it. I am reading this. And a book set in another country. I mean, I have so many of those. You know, y'all, Library Without Borders loves to read stories set around the world. So for that, I chose The House of Deep Water by Jenny McFarland. This is set in Riverbend, Michigan, so in the United States. That's another country. And then a book by a Canadian author. You guys, you know what? I chose a nonfiction. It's Canada in Africa, 300 years of aid and exploitation. So we're gonna do a nonfiction for that. And then a book with less than 300 pages. So I chose this one, The Deep by River Solomon, with David Diggs, William Hudson, and Jonathan Snipes. Okay, an author you've never read before, so I chose this guy. This is Sebastian Barry. Can you see the... Why is it not focusing? It's 1,000 Moons. Okay. Winona Cole, an orphan child of the Lakota Indians, finds herself growing up in an unconventional household on a farm in West Tennessee, raised by her adoptive parents, John Cole and Thomas McNulty, whose story Sebastian Barry told in his acclaimed previous novel, Days Without End. She forges a life for herself beyond the violence and disposition of her past. So that will be quite an interesting story. A book set in the woods, mountains, or on a ship. Okay, so for that, I have this one. It's heavy hitters right now. The Slave Ship, A Human History by Marcus Rediker. So I'm gonna put it here. I mean, I bought it for a reason. I need to read it. And then spring, I think the spring one. Oh yeah, a book that fits the current season. So spring, summer, people love to read romance, right? So I thought I'd read a romance book. This one. And it's The Art of Loving You. Is this by a black author or white author? So I'm choosing this one. The Art of Loving You. So this should be light because I think that I have heavy books on here. What is this one about? Libby and Jack are the happiest they've ever been. Thanks to their dear friend, 80-year-old Sid. They've just bought their first house together, and it's the beginning of the life they've always dreamed of. But the universe has other plans for Libby and Jack, and a devastating twist of fate shatters their world. Okay, you guys, so there you have it. So let me show you my stack. I better get on it. Yeah. These are like, they're big books. So here are the books, you guys. I don't think I read what they're all about. So real quick, so Evan Winter, The Rage of Dragons. I know you guys have probably read it. It doesn't have a synopsis. No synopsis at the back, not even inside. So that's that. I just read this one. This one, Yetu holds the memories for her people. Her people, the Wajinru, descendants of pregnant African slave women thrown overboard by slave owners, live idyllic lives in the deep. Their past, too painful to be remembered regularly, is forgotten by everyone save one. The memories, harrowing and wonderful, traumatic and terrible, or destroying Yetu. And so she flees to the surface, escaping her expectations and responsibilities, and discovers a world the Wajinru left behind long ago. And this one is about, oh yeah, I just read this about the Indian in Tennessee. So this one, the book also reveals Ottawa's opposition to anti-colonial struggles, support for apartheid, South Africa, and Idi Amin's coup, as well as this country's role in ousting independence leader Patrice Lumumba and Kwame Nkrumah. Oh, so you guys can just imagine what this book is going to be about. This one was Riverbend, Michigan is the kind of small town most can't imagine leaving, but three women couldn't wait to escape. When each must return, Linda Williams never sure what she wants, her mother Paula always too sure, and Beth DeWitt, one of Riverbend's only black daughters, now a mother of two who'd planned to raise her own children anywhere else, their paths collide under Beth's father's roof. As one town struggles to contain all of their love affairs and secrets, a local scandal forces Beth to confront her own devastating path. Okay. And then this one is, for more than 3 centuries, slave ships carried millions of people from the coasts of Africa across the Atlantic to the Americas. In this wooden world, kidnapped Africans lived in cramped quarters alongside motley crews and British and American captains under the explosive threats of mutiny and insurrection. All were subject to harsh conditions and the ever-present fears of shipwreck, epidemic, and hungry sharks. As an instrument of war and commerce, the slave ship helped to build the American colonies and to shape the Western world, delivering workers to the auction block and power to the merchants and planters who shipped and owned them. Yet until now, the slave ship has sailed in history's shadows. Not in my world. I'm about to bring it back, so stay tuned for this. Okay, you guys, that's it. So, oh my gosh, May is gonna be heavy. What do I do this to myself? Why? Anyways, you guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I have inspired you to pick some of these books. Maybe not, but if not, I hope you will stay tuned for when I get to them, and you will look forward to my reviews and my thoughts on all these books. So please don't forget to like, to comment, subscribe, and if you don't want to comment, please leave me a flower to kick off spring, you know, a beautiful spring flower. Okay, so all right, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.